according to these big differences between our ancestors and the way we live now, can we get back to Eden? Can we get back there? Using Totalfit as our vehicle towards optimal health. Well, if we look at this graph of the life trajectory of someone that does no exercise, you can see by this line that somewhere in their mid-30s, their health starts to decline and takes a drastic drop towards the end of their life. We don't want to have the last years of our life not being fruitful or not being able to spend time with our grandkids or doing the things we love. So if we look at the second graph and we insert sport or physical activity into there, we can see that we can prolong that. We can prolong our health trajectory, but at some point, again, it's going to fall off towards the later years of our life. And now if we look at this third graph and we see the benefits of Totalfit by holistically training the body, mind, and spirit, we can see that we can prolong our health all the way up until the last days of our life.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide. The average Canadian will spend their last 10 years in sickness. Change your future.
In Totalfit, we have a stairway, a foundation that we build upon, a stairway of success on how do we reach optimal health. Now, when we get to the top of the staircase, it doesn't end, but rather it just starts over and it keeps repeating. Now, the first foundational block we want to build upon in our training and in our program is faith. But when we talk about faith, we're talking about purpose in life, meaning in life, what you're passionate about. Do you have faith in yourself? Do you have faith in others? And do you have faith in something bigger than yourselves? And we also want to start talking about creating a faith community around us. Now, the second step on the stairs is our mind. Our mind is a very, very powerful part of our body. Research shows that if we carry around stress, it uses up a ton of our physical energy that could be better spent if we didn't walk around with stress. So we always want to create that environment of stress-free living, an environment for crazy ideas. And we ask people certain questions during the workout to relieve that stress. And we also challenge the mind in an intellectual and an emotional way. Now, the next step on these stairs is nutrition. Now, nutrition is extremely important because it's the fuel for our bodies. And nutrition in studies has also been shown to dictate our mood, our emotions, our feelings. So let me give you an example. If you had a very, very fancy car, very expensive car, and it was designed to perform at the top level of all automobiles, would you take it to the gas station and put the cheapest fuel you could find in that automobile? Well, no, that would be silly because this is not what the car was designed to do. You would put high-performance fuel in that high-performance car. The same thing with our bodies. Our bodies are extremely high-performance machines. If we fill them with junk and things that are unhealthy for us, we will not be able to perform at the level we were intended to perform. Not only that, there are multiple preventable diseases that kill millions of people across the globe, and those preventable diseases come strictly from nutrition. So what's interesting about these stairs is we can see that the first three stairs have nothing to do with physical activity yet. Now, our fourth stair is where we talk about metabolic conditioning. Now, the root word of metabolic conditioning is metabolism. And all this means is how efficient is my body at taking the foods I eat and converting them into usable energy. And that's why it's so important that we eat the proper foods. Now, I can train my body through proper physical exercise at getting more efficient of taking the foods I eat and transferring them into usable energy. Now, the next step on the ladder is monostructural. And monostructural is a class of movement. It is the type of movements that are highly cyclical and repeatable and natural that I can sustain over long periods of time. I'll give you a few examples. Running, swimming, biking, jump rope, skiing are all examples of monostructural movements. The next step on the ladder would be gymnastics. Now, when you think of gymnastics, don't think of the sport gymnastics. Again, think of a class of movements. So when we talk about gymnastics, we want to think about body weight movements, but more specifically, the ability to move my body through space through a full range of motion. So think of things like push-ups, air squats, sit-ups, all the way up to more complex movements such as muscle-ups or handstand push-ups. Now, the next step on my ladder is weightlifting. Weightlifting is simply me controlling an external object through space. It doesn't have to be a barbell, and it doesn't have to be dumbbells. It can be a medicine ball, or it can be a rock. Simply my ability to move an external object through space. And next on my stairs is sport. Now, sport simply means the application of my fitness. So this is scalable to each person's relative intensity level. When I think of sport, I want to think about what am I going to do or how will I apply my physical fitness. So for some of you, it might just be going out into the yard and playing ball with your son or your daughter. Let's take my grandmother, for example. The application of her fitness would simply be to get up out of the chair and take her dog outside on a walk. But it could also be for a high-profile athlete on how they apply their physical fitness in their particular sporting event. And the last thing on the staircase is competition. Now, when we say competition, we want to talk about healthy competition. The root word is compete, which literally means a group of people going together to achieve the same goal. So that's what we want in our clubs, in our groups, in our faith groups, in our communities, is a group of people using health and fitness to go after common goals. Now, there are two rails that hold up this staircase: sleep and breathing, and they're both extremely important. Sleep is an integral part of rest and recovery. Now, we can say that we don't get better and we don't learn new things by training and physical exercise. We get better, we get fitter, we get healthier by recovering from that training. And sleep is the mechanism that allows us to recover. That's when everything comes together and allows us to learn the things that we talked about or discovered earlier in the day. Now, breathing is also important, and proper breathing at that. We need to learn how to brace ourselves properly for heavy loads, or how to intake oxygen in the proper way when we're doing something high intensity. It's been said that you can go 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, but only 3 minutes without oxygen. So breathing is extremely important as well.
Tell your partner something that makes you happy today.
We want to see a healthy generation in this crazy world. Totalfit is not just a workout, it is the journey back to the optimal health.
Totalfit's an international sports fitness movement. Totalfit unites people of different fitness levels for whole life training. It's a unique training system for body, for mind, and for spirit that leads to optimal health. Over 20 highly qualified specialists from 10 countries have developed a system for everyone, despite physical conditions. Totalfit combines functional exercises, freedom from stress, and it puts a priority on investing in others and yourselves. Join the Totalfit team.